Hi, my name is Jose Rodriguez Marmo, and welcome to my blog. I'm going to talk to you about my experience during this month 6, almost halfway through my master in new media journalism, a chapter in what it is my adventure at Full Sail University after graduating in 2018 with a Bachelor's of Science in Entertainment Business. I love this subject. I love this class. I loved this month. It provided me with the tools I needed. At the beginning, when I first started, I had a lot of expectations. I, of course, was expecting it to be something even more specific when it comes to editing and everything that we do as journalists. I was not expecting to learn more about photography, to be completely honest, and that's something that was amazing for me. And I really believe that this month I learned a few other tips that I needed for my entrepreneurship, for my website, artistic-spot.com, for my small business with my significant other, JJ Art and Design Productions, our website, jjartanddesign.com, our social media, everything we do when it comes to art and what art means in Orange County for the Hispanic community, the kids, people of all ages. I learned a lot of new things that I will definitely apply as a journalist now, not in the future or in the near future, now. I have been the host to my own podcast, Artistic Spot, since 2018. 94 episodes have passed. And now, since I changed the brand and we have rebranded Artistic Spot, this course gave me more details on what it is to have a podcast, to even recording the intro music, the background music, how to edit, even though we use Premiere, Adobe Premiere, how to edit that process, which is something that I know that we will keep on learning. And also my favorite assignment was the photojournalism. I was expecting it to be the audio journalism. When I read that we were doing a podcast, I was so excited. I was like, okay, piece of cake. This is something that I've been doing for 3 years and 94 episodes or 90 something at the point. And I have so many to choose from, but all of a sudden that changed. When I started going through week by week, I started feeling more attracted to photojournalism. And audio journalism, of course, it's one of my most important focuses as a journalist and as a host in Artistic Spot. And that's the assignment that I have enjoyed the most. The answer is very simple. I decided to work on Pulse. Why? Because it was very newsworthy. It was that weekend when Pulse was, I don't like to say celebrating, but they were remembering the 5th year anniversary of that massacre. And the reason why it touched me so close to my heart, it was because I am part of the LGBTQ+ community. I have been living in Orlando since 2010. Orlando has been home. Orlando has been the place where I can be free, where I can live free, where I can enjoy and accept myself for who I am. And 5 years ago, all of a sudden, that was turned into pieces. Going out to the Pulse Memorial that June 12th was very hard for me. And I had 2 options of stories. However, I decided to stick to the beats of my website and talk about art and the importance of art in the healing process. And that's how I ended up at Sam Flax Orlando and writing an article about how art heals, because they were actually promoting a Pulse Memorial. I met Jess. She lost one of her closest friends back on June 12th, 2016. And that assignment went very close to my heart. It was very hard for me to complete. It was very hard for me to even sit down and write the draft and then give it a different twist and talk about art and the importance of the colors and paintbrushes in the healing process. There's always room for perfection, and I don't like to say perfection, honestly. There's always room for improvement, and that's something that I have learned during this month. Taking every single tip of advice, every feedback, and apply it immediately to what I'm doing, because this is not something that I have been doing for the purposes of the master. This is something that I want to do every day. It's part of my profession. It's part of my dream. It's part of my goal. So that little piece of project that I'm working on right now with my website, artistic-spot.com, and the podcast, and JJ Arts and Design Productions, has my heart. Not only my heart, but my dedication. Not only my dedication, but my passion. And when we stay true to ourselves and we do what we feel most passionate about, there's always room for improvement and to apply every single feedback to real life, to make things better, to make them even more professional. When I think about what would have I done better, I think about I would have done better posting on social media, not on Instagram or Facebook, but Twitter. Twitter is a very important tool for journalists, and the importance of hashtags, the importance of tagging people, the importance of spreading the word of what you're doing and letting others know what you're actually talking and writing about. It's one of the most important things that we can do as storytellers. This course prepared me for what I am today. I will definitely apply every single tip. I will definitely apply every single feedback into what I'm doing as a journalist, as the host of Artistic Spot, as the executive producer of JJ Arts and Design Productions, as the writer of my blog at artistic-spot.com, covering newsworthy stories around Orange County, around Orlando, related to art, because that's what I feel most passionate about. There are incredible, talented artists in this city, and every single story needs to be told, either in writing or through photos or through the podcast. They need to be told. I am looking forward to next month, but for now, I am thankful for all the information I learned since the very beginning of this class. SEO, setting up the website correctly, setting the posts not as pages, then working on photographs and do photojournalism and telling stories through pictures, because one image can tell more than 1,000 words. Then audio journalism, the podcast. I have 94 episodes to choose from, and currently working on telling the stories of the magnificent artists that are part of the Faith Art Village Orlando, or what's known as FAVO. Thank you very much, Full Sail, for giving me the opportunity to apply new tips, new knowledge, new information to my profession. Thank you for Professor Sharon for the feedback. Thank you for always having time to get back to us in such a magnificent way that we can learn what we have to learn. And thank you for helping us apply all the concepts that we learned in this past 4 weeks. Thank you so much for being part of my story, for being part of Artistic Spot indirectly and directly as well. And I'm looking forward for the upcoming months to come. Thank you.